Okay, everyone, we're back, and we just did the render to that last part we just made. So let's check that out. Let's see. We'll go to Byte Writer and see. We're looking for number 2. This one right here. Let's look at it. As you can see, we got a little curve right there. Let's see. Back up. Right there. Like I said, it's time and error with the timeline. Whenever you're animating objects and you want it smooth, you have to keep playing around with your keyframes until you get it just right. And like I said, it's see that curve was right here. Like I said, all you have to do is just keep playing with it until you get everything the way you want it to be. So it's like, I back it up. If I do it right here, I can just move it, back it up a little bit, right there, and then we can go to this next one. Well, the one right here, and we could just straighten it up the way we want it. But just remember, you have to be right on those keyframes where the problem is. If you're not, then it's not going to fix. You have to be right on those keyframes. Okay. But anyway, we're going to leave it like that. Alright, now we got the 2 videos that we need. Okay, and next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into whatever video editor you use for effects and all that. Me, I use HitFilm Pro, and I'm going to import those 2 videos. So I need this one and number 2. This is from the previous one, my ones that I was practicing with. This one and this one. Okay, so let's open up that one. Let's drag that first one in. Right there. Okay, I'm going to enlarge my timeline a little bit. And I'm going to grab part 2 and put it right next to it. Now, I'm going to play both of them together and see how that looks. That looks good. That looks good. But just remember, this is just giving you an idea. This is one of the many ideas that you can have to make the character look like he's writing without using backdrops. I will continue to work on more ideas on how to accomplish this better. But for right now, let's finish this, and I'll show you how I do it, how I do this effect myself. So let's close this out. We're going to go back to Muvizu. Okay, we're going to use this same set, and we're going to find a good place. So let's go right here in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to create a backdrop, and I'm going to use the curve. Put that in there. Okay. Alright, now let's go to the edits and go to properties. Click on the image and then change the texture to a color. Let's choose a green color, sort of like a chroma key color, and that's like. And then let's click on the lighting and turn off cast shadows. Okay. We're going to put one here. Let's copy that. Paste. Now we're going to put one over here. So I like that. Now, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a light bulb right there. We don't need no shadow, so let's create a light bulb. Anytime you're doing green screen, you got to have plenty of light. You can't have no shadows on your green. So let's go to edit and let's kind of like, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a character. We're going to find a character that we want to use for our motorcycle, the head of our motorcycle rider. So let's create a character and let's find a good one. Let me click the boy, create the boy, and let's move him over here. Okay, now let's edit this guy. Go to this edits property and let's go to neck, take off the collar. Okay. On the top, we're going to give him long sleeve. And I ain't saying we're going to use this like that, but just in case, we're still going to change it to green. Okay. Alright, now let's go to the waist, take off the belt, go to the legs, change the color of the pants to green. Like that. Now let's take off his watch. I ain't saying we won't really need to do all that, but just in case. See, left arm, I'll take off that watch. Shoes is fine. Now let's change his hairdo because we don't want. Let's see. I'll give him that hairdo. Now let's give him a hat. We want something like we can use for a motorcycle rider. Tell you what, let's just play around. Let's just give him that helmet. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, let's fix his eyebrows. Let's go to face. Let's bring his eyebrows in. We don't need that. Let's change his eyes. I mean, we can use those eyes, but I like to adjust them and bring them in. There ain't no sense having them eyes bulged out like that. Okay, now let's give him some good glasses. Good motorcycle riding glasses. Let's see. I'll give him those. That looks good. That's proper, I think, for Muvizu anyway. Bring those glasses in. I like that. Alright. Move him about. Now we're not going to click off his shadowing because we don't want his face to be too bright to the video that we're going to overlay it with. So, alright, so we got that done. Now what we're really going to do is we're going to create an abstract shape. I'm going to find a good abstract shape, which is going to be the cylinder. We're going to create that. And we're going to put that cylinder right over them like this. Let's close this out. Alright, let's go to the edits, go to properties, change its color to green. Okay. Now click on scale, unlink, and let's change the width of that. Okay. And let's lower the height. Not too much. We don't need that much of a neck. About like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is go in behind them. Okay, and I'm going to click on that light bulb. I'm going to copy it. Paste it. And let's adjust the distance. Okay, let's bring it up a little bit more so we can hide the shadows. Alright. Now, this is the way we're going to do it. I got all the green screens in place. But the next thing I'm going to do is, just for now, I'm not going to make this permanent. I'm going to go into environment and I'm going to change the ground to a green color that we used. Same color that we're using. About like that. Just for now. Okay. We got everything green. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to move that right over here. Paste it and move it around. Okay. We'll put one right there. Okay. Let's turn it around a little bit. Right there. Behind it. Let's tell you what, let's put them in the middle. About like that. Move that light bulb right over. Whoops. Move that light bulb right about right. Get that. There we go. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is we're going to film around his head like this. Okay. Now let's add one more backdrop to cover this last part up. Okay, and this I'm going to take off shadows. Which, well, there is no shadow. Oh, we already did that, didn't we? Okay. Let me go higher where that shadow's not showing. Okay. Like I said, it's very important not to have shadows on your green. Okay. Now let's create our camera. And let's back up a little bit. Okay. Now, let's see. Right. That looks good. Let's click on that screen and widen it. This is where the screen we're going to use to see our animation see what we're doing. Make sure you ain't got no other parts of the environment showing. Alright. Okay. Alright, another thing we need to do is we got sky view right here. Straight up and down. Go higher. Well, that's as high as I can go, so let me shorten that a little bit. Let's move back this way. That angle. Move a little bit more. Create a camera. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we need to maybe back up a little bit. There we go. Now, point that camera straight up and down like so, and we'll move it up. Right click on it and let's adjust the field of view so we can get the whole map on there. Okay, let's angle a little bit like so. Alright. Now click on that one and bring that one up too. So let's enlarge it. Like so. Turn it a little bit. Okay. And let's enlarge him. Okay. Now let's go back down to our character. Alright. Now open up our timeline. Let's grab the beginning of our timeline and drag it all the way back to the beginning. Okay, we want from the beginning to the end. Like so. Alright, now let's click on and drag our slider back to the beginning. Alright, now let's do a camera cut. So go to direct, camera cut. Alright, and let's cut in that camera 6. Like so. No, I take that back. I'm sorry. Delete that. I meant camera 5. Alright, and then drag it back to the very beginning of the timeline. Like so. Okay. The purpose of what I just did, a bird's eye view of the map, and then the camera of the character's head, and I typically made the camera 5, which is our camera on our character, the main camera. Alright. This camera is to see how I'm animating the head. This camera right here will allow me to follow the animated motorbike around the track. So whenever it makes a turn, I'll know when to turn the head. So when I'm turning the head in the directions of the movement of the bike, that will give me more of a 3D effect for the character. So it won't look so, 2D when you lay it over the other film. So, okay. Alright. Now let's get started. So what I'm going to do, let's see. If you notice, if you look at camera 6, this one right here, if I move the slider, you can see the animation taking place. Okay. Now, this is going to be kind of fast because on the character you can't use keyframes. Now, I wish you could, but you can't. So, I have to go kind of fast. So, I know with that keyframe right there, I start turning my head. So, and I probably won't see it. So let's see. Alright, we'll click on the character. Go to direct, character's eyes, and we're going to click on head. Let's see. Oh, this is good. But he may be happy he's riding a motorcycle, but I don't like that smile. I mean, a smile's alright. That's just too much. So let's bring that down a little bit on that expressive. About like that's good. Now let's go back to the animation of his head. So direct and character eyes and movements. Okay. Let's see. That's good. Okay. Now we're going to push record and we're going to start animating the head, and I'm going to pay attention to see, it's really a little bit too fast for me, so you got to keep going until you get it right. So let's go back to the beginning, and let's do that again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go behind. This might help me a little bit. I'm going to go behind the character. See if this will help me. Okay, alright, record. Let's see. Let's play that back. Oh, wait a minute. We got to go back to the beginning. Now let's play it back. I mean, it's right, but his head was too much upward. So let's delete all that, and then let's try it again. And this time I'm trying not to make it going upward. What? Wrong way. Now let's see. I'll put those in there like that. Now let's go back and play it. Alright, let's see how that looks. Let's see, I got them turning. Alright, now let's see how it looks from this angle. Okay, now let's see. He's moving, so we start turning the head that way. Straightens back up. Turns his head again. Look, I went too fast. Turns his head. And straightens it up and turns it again. Straightens it up. Let's see. Turns his head again. Let's see. Trying to see if I turned his head the right way. Yeah, I did. Okay, we turned it the right way. Just got to make sure you're turning in the right direction. So I think that looks good. Okay. Now the next trick is to animate the head. I mean the camera to follow the head. Okay. So see if we can do that. Click on the camera, direct, movement, and then switch it to keyframe. Alright, now let's see. We'll add a keyframe. Go right here. We'll add another keyframe for each key point. Then starts turning his head. So we'll turn the camera. We'll move. Gotta add a keyframe. We'll turn the camera like so. Let's see. I'm hoping I'm doing this right. Alright, let's see. Okay. Put a keyframe right there. Okay, and then see he's turning his head back. Okay, we'll put a keyframe. So let's move the camera back. Let's get out of the way here. Okay, now he's turning his head again. So, the camera back. Let's see. Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we're doing this right. Remember to watch the camera for the bird's eye view. So then watch the head for each turn. So he's turning that way. And then that's the camera in the front of him. With the camera that's right here, it's going to be in front of him. So we got two cameras in front of him. One here and then one here. Okay, so. Alright, and then he's turning. Like so. Now. He's going to be facing straight. And there is no camera in front of him because we got a camera right here on the side. So what we have to do is trying to keep the camera on the side of his head. So let's move this camera like so. And then we'll add that keyframe. Okay. Let's see. Now on this part, I may have to do a cut and paste together in hit film to face it this way instead of facing that way. Okay. Now he's riding straight to the next turn. So we'll move the slider to the next turn. We'll add a keyframe. Okay. Then we'll move. Okay, now he's turning his head back that way. So we'll add a keyframe. Let's turn the camera to where he's turning his head back that way. Let's see. Okay. Keep that camera clicked. Alright. Now, again, there is no camera in front of him right here. Okay. It's on the side. So we need to do another side. So let's move that camera to the next one. Add a keyframe and let's go to the side. We're too close. Now let's see. Yeah, we got it too close on that one. Let's delete that keyframe and start it again. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a key point and then another keyframe right there. Okay, and I'm going to turn the camera. And I'm going to back the camera up. Let's see. Now that looks good. Okay. Maybe bring the camera down a little bit. Alright. Oh no, back up. We don't want to cut off the fin of the helmet. So, let's see. Okay. And then he's going to pass by. So we'll go behind him like so. A little bit closer. We may have to go back and make some adjustments to the lighting, because we got a lot of shadow there, I see. So, but we'll worry about that later. So let's get this animation done. So we got a little bit of, let's see, too close right there. So add a keyframe and let's move it back. Now let's see. Maybe a little back a little bit. Maybe like that. Let's see. Back up a little bit more. Let's bring that camera in a little bit. It's important to keep the distance aligned. Okay. Alright. And we'll add a keyframe. Okay, now he is turning his head back to the left. So we'll move it. Let's see, do I need to go all the way around? Yeah, back this way. Maybe a little bit too much. Let's see how that looks. Okay, let's go to the next frame. And he's going to be facing forward. So now he's got a camera in front of him, but this camera doesn't move. So let's move the camera a little bit closer, like that. No, add your keyframe. Alright, let's see. See how that looks. Okay, we got a little bit too close. Add a keyframe. Bring it back. Another keyframe. Take it back. Let's see how that looks. We got it a little bit too much. Right there. Okay, let's see. And then it's going right back in front of them again. And let's fix that. Get a little closer. Okay, let's see. And we'll bring it to right there. And we'll add a keyframe. And then we'll bring that. Oh, not that. We'll bring the end of the timeline to that last keyframe. Okay. Now, let's fix our shadowing. Our shadows, let's get rid of our shadows. We'll copy that light. We'll paste it. We'll put a light right there. We'll put a light right here. Okay, let's see how that looks. Now let's play it. Make sure we got no daylight or environment in our camera shots. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop video and render this. So let's see. Let's see, maybe it won't take that long to render. And let's go to, see, let's see, we'll do head one. I'm going to overwrite that one. As you can see, I've already been practicing with this. Let's just let it render. It takes a little bit for any kind of rendering. That's why I usually like to stop the video there and then, but I don't know what this is for. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Let's abort that. I forgot to take off all the camera cuts other than the first one I have. Okay, my bad. Alright, let's see. And we got camera 5, so camera 5 should be the only one we need. So let's take off these. Okay. Well, I wanted y'all to watch it render, but since that messed up, I'm going to render it again. Let me start it. Okay, I'm going to render that again, and I'm going to stop the video for now, and I'll be right back when it's done.